as of 11/27/13, and another $4,000 on 12/10 of 2012. Let's point out that JHB Properties Incorporated and JH Barra Construction are basically one and the same address. But there's an ordinance here authorizing and giving preliminary approval to a planned environment, unit development of attractive land located in the R4 Residence District. Basically removed the sound study and the sound wall, so I wonder if that was a political favor. Then we have the removal of the right-of-way, for the quick trip down south. And the developer was supposed to have rebuilt the road, but that was removed from the legislation, so that would seem to save a lot of money for the developer, and that could ultimately put that on the backs of the taxpayer. And that is in relation to Quick Trip Corporation, which gave you $2,500 on 6/23 of this year, and an aggregate total of $6,250. So this was a resolution that the petitioner, Quick Trip Corporation, has petitioned for a rezoning of 2 tracts of petitioner's property, and so on and so forth. Let's see, August of 2013, July quarterly report shows that A1 Locker and Storage gave you $1,000 for a total of $5,500 so far, and they too, in like the Quick Trip deal, were able to have their zoning changes that they wanted. Then that brings us to today. Pace has given you $1,000, Lower Mill has given you $4,000. They're looking for parking reduction, a variance for the Hobby Lobby store, and it is here that I read from. So I just think it's wrong to do favors, period. And so I think it's interesting that you're making the accusation against our county executive Dooley, and it seems to be you're having the same practices. So thank you for taking my comments, and I continue to wish you well. So thank you.
Madam Chair, Ms. Bird, I'm looking at the document right now that I received here on July 8th, 2014, and this is a document from the St. Louis County Planning Commission, which is a board that is appointed by the county executive, and the head of the department is Glenn A. Powers, who is appointed by the county executive. And this is clearly a request from the Planning Commission to this county council. This is not my request that the Hobby Lobby, I should say actually the developer, Lormill, receive some kind of favorable treatment. This is actually a request from the planning department. And I guess I'll take this opportunity to ask the county executive. County executive, do you have a problem with this being introduced tonight? Because this was a correspondence from your department. Do you have a problem with it being introduced this evening?
Excuse me?
Do you have a problem with this being introduced this evening? The request for the reduction of parking?
Mr. Stinger, that's in your district, you need to address it.
Well, actually you don't, because this is actually your department, and your campaign earlier today said that I was anti-woman because you requested that this be submitted to my district, and it's introduced this evening. So, I mean, if you have a problem with it, or if Glenn Powers, if he's here this evening, if he has a problem with it, your department head, and your appointed commissioners have a problem with it, we could take it up tonight, if you'd like to. But otherwise, I guess it'd be introduced. But it's not a favor. And ma'am, if you think that there's something afoot, and that there's something that's been done, improperly, I would encourage you to contact the Ethics Commission. And, it sounds like what you're sort of saying is that there's something untoward here.
It's
and if
just
there is,
curious. I mean, they're giving you $4,000.
I mean, if you're making a political issue out of it, that's one thing. But if you're really serious about it, you might want to take it to law enforcement, because it sounds like it's pretty serious allegations what they're saying.
It's just curious, and I'm asking. So you've answered me.
If you want to make serious allegations, you could, I guess.
That concludes the public forum. Introduction of bill.